From now on, let's meet the one who broke down the stereotype of the network marketing and become to love and enjoy the Atomy more than anyone else. Let's invite Won Soo-hee, Sharon Rose Master onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause.
한국을 넘어 세계로 애터미의 꿈꾸는 여행가
Going global beyond Korea. I am Won Soo-hee, Sharon Rose Master. Today is the first Success Academy of 2025. Wow, we're joined by so many members today. I believe this is not the right position. Anyways, some of you are here because you really want to find out for yourself, but some of you are here because you've been forced to come here by someone. And I could notice you because you cross your legs and fold your arms like this, and then you lean back and ask, when is this going to end? Because I was like you. But here I am on the stage sharing with you how I started Atomy and how I am enjoying the Atomy business with you. The first person who introduced me to Atomy was my husband. My husband was introduced to Atomy by a colleague at his work. He said that Atomy products are really good and really affordable, and there are a variety of products, and you could also, it's an online shopping mall, so it's a business that I am doing. So please, he recommended the product to my husband. Actually, we were kind of the people who would go to friend's house to buy a thing, go to friend's house to eat out, and friend's restaurant to eat out. So when he said that, I started looking through Atomy shopping mall to find useful product one by one. And one day, my husband said he wanted to get into this business. He seemed to be doing it pretty well by going to seminars and meeting people. One day, whenever I got home, he started watching Atomy lecture and Sherman Park's lecture on a loud sound. So I said, honey, don't do it to me. And talk about Atomy to someone other than me. And for God's sake, please put in some earphones and listen to the lectures. So my husband was really into Atomy business, and my husband told me, honey, why don't you do this business? I believe you're the right one who will be really good at this business. So that's why I attended seminar for the first time. Back then, I was working in a large pharmacy in front of a university hospital, and I worked hard while I was working because I enjoyed my job and I loved learning and studying. So at first, I didn't mean to work for the job for that long, but anyways, time flies so fast. Actually, I loved my job. So I was really into my job, and I have respect for my job as well. And then at that time, the minimum wage went up a lot at once. And I was making a little bit better than the people I was working with because I had a good career, but the minimum wage went up. There wasn't much difference between me and the people who were just starting out. So I asked my boss to raise my salary, and he was very generously and raised my salary. How much? Only 50,000 Korean won. Only 50,000. And I feel really pity because I didn't think that that was enough. When I first started working in pharmacy, it was a system where people would dispense medication by hand. And now it just and now the time changed and the world changed. So it's just a barcode on the prescription and it's handed over to an automatic machine that dispenses the medication. And it's dispensed automatically. As such, the world is changing and it's only going to get less and less human. And as that happens more and more, I'm going to become less and less useful. So that's how I started to look into the other industry. And that's why I also study harder for a lot of certification. And I wanted to be a self-employed. But with no preparation, I don't think that I could be really successful. And a lot of people also told me that I could not be successful by doing the job by myself. But I have confidence in myself because I study hard and I prepared a lot. But at the same time, I was really worried about my future and I was confused of my future. And back then, I started to listen to the lecture of Chairman Park that my husband played. But I just pretend not to be interested in Atomy to husband. But anyways, on my own, I started to look into and I started to uh, pay my attention to Atomy business. Back then, the main product, flagship product, was Absolute Skincare. So I started to use Absolute Skincare and evening care set, and I started to take Hemohim. Back then, I didn't have really good skincare, and I also have some problem in my guts and my respiratory system. So people, whenever I met people, they ask me, "Do you feel tired or and are you sick?" And back then, I had never weighed more than 50 kilograms. When people ask me why I was so skinny, I would laugh and said I just said I am getting ready to debut as a girl group and I'm preparing for about 40 years. After using Absolute's selective skincare system, I could I could feel that my skin condition got changed. And after taking Hemohim, my stomach felt smooth and my immune system balanced. And my respiratory system improved. And I also started to using the evening care and absolute skincare diligently. And after using these main products and gaining confidence in that, I finally took courage to start this business, but it was not that much easy. One day, I walked along the lake with my son, and we heard a noise in the water, and my youngest son said, "Mom, there is a monster jumping out of the water." So I was like, "Oh no, then we're gonna be eaten." And he's like, my youngest son said, "Mom, we don't get eaten because we are the main characters. And instead, we have to struggle and fight the monster on behalf of the people here." This is what he said. So I felt like getting a rear slap in the back of my head with that. You know, if you want to be the main character, you have to do the struggling first. So I barely opened the new door. I made up a mind to struggle. But as you are aware of, in the workplaces, there is something I'm good at and there is something I need to do. But in the outer spaces and outer world, it was not the same because I had no prejudice or knowledge of network marketing. I was okay, but the people around me weren't. It was so hurtful to hear people I was closest to and trusted to help me through a lot of dismissive comments at me with a lot of disregard. But I didn't care because I was the one who made that kind of decision.
될까라고 생각을 하고 있었던 차에 남아도는 시간을 도저히 주체를 할 수가 없더라고요. 직장
When I
생활하시는
decided
분들
to
그런
do
로망
this
있지 않아요?
business,
직장을
I had
그만두면
much free
나는
time.
아침에 우아하게
When I
브런치도 하고
first quit
운동도
working,
하고
I
그런
thought
저도
that I
나름대로의 그
would
희망이
had a
있었거든요.
beautiful like
그런데
brunch
그것도
time
하루
or free
이틀이지
time,
한 달
but
정도 지나니까
after a
너무
month,
지겨워지는 거예요.
that kind of
뭔가 일을
routine
해야겠다라고
life
결정을 한
became
상태였기 때문에
boring.
센터 출근을 결심을 하고
So
센터에 직장 생활을 하듯이
in
정해진
order to
시간에
break that
출근을
kind of
해서
routine life, I
일정일을
decided to
공부처럼
attend the
학습처럼
centers in order
그렇게
to learn
시작하기
more.
시작했습니다.
So I became
애터미
a student
제품
of Atomy
제품
once
좋죠.
again. We all
가격
know that
좋죠.
Atomy products are really good and the
그런데 이 사업을
prices
할
are
때
also good.
필요한 것이
But
나의
the most important thing to
열정과
do this
나의
business is
시간만
passion
투자하면
and time.
된다고
But not
하는데
only that, we
반드시
need
해봐야 하지
more.
않을까요? 저는 그렇게
Anyways,
저의 모든 시간과
I
열정을
started to
투자해서 이
invest
사업을
all of my
진행하고 있습니다.
time and passion into
간혹
business, and
애터미
I'm
하시는
still
분들
doing
중에
this business with
센터를
all of my
왔다
passions.
갔다
There are
하시는
some
분들
people
계시는데요.
who
그런 분들
move their
성공할 수
centers here
있을까요?
and there, but I don't think that
글쎄요라는
they could be
생각이 저는
successful
가끔
like me.
들더라고요.
I'm doubting about it.
제가 요즘
These
가장 행복할
days,
때가 있어요.
when I
알람
feel the
시계에 일어나지
happiest
않는 거. 요 사소한 행복에
is
대해서 공감하시는
when
분들
I
꽤 계실
don't
것
wake
같거든요.
up to the
누군가
alarm
정해놓은
clock,
시간에
which
일어나지
means
않고
that I don't
내가
wake
자고
up at the
싶은
time
만큼
set up by
실컷
the other
자고 일어났을
people.
때
I
그
wake up when I
개운함이란
wanted to, when
아,
I want
얼마나
to
좋은지
wake up. So I
모르겠습니다.
feel really good when I wake
저에게는
up when I want to wake up.
원수희라는 한국
I
이름과
have a name, Won
엘라라는
Soo-hee,
글로벌 이름
and
두
Ella,
가지의
a
이름이
global name.
있습니다.
I have two names.
처음에 애터미 사업을 시작할
When
때
I first
나는
started
반드시
Atomy,
글로벌 리더가 될
I
거야라는
didn't
결심을
think
하고
that I was gonna
글로벌
be a
이름을
global leader.
만들었거든요.
Oh,
그런데
I made
불러주는
that
사람이
because I wanted
아무도
to do global
없었습니다.
business, but no one called me
처음에 저를
that.
엘라라고 불러주는 사람은
No
저밖에
one called
없었어요.
me Ella except
제가
for me.
거울을 보면서
I would look at the
엘라야
mirror and I
오늘도
would say,
힘내자.
Ella, let's
너는
do
꼭
good today.
글로벌 리더가
You're
될
gonna be a
거야.
global leader.
라고 외치면서 일을 나가곤
And I
했는데요.
used to go to work
지금은
thinking
어떻게
like that.
됐을까요?
But now,
지금은 저를 원수희라고 부르시는
no
분보다
there's more
엘라라고
people
부르는
calling me Ella
파트너들이
compared to the
정말
people who call me
많아졌습니다.
Won Sui.
저는 세계 여러 나라의
I've been
파트너들이
to
있습니다.
a lot of countries and I have a
그
lot of partners in
파트너들을
different
보러
countries.
일을 하러 가기도
And I would
하고
go there for
여행처럼
work or
그렇게
I'll
다니고
also
있습니다.
go for travels.
갑갑한 조제실에 갇혀서
I used to be caught
그곳이
up
이
in a
세상의
small room
전부인 줄
and I
알고
thought that was
살았던
the whole
저는
world.
지금
But
애터미가
Atomy
머무는 모든
is
나라는 저의 일터이고
has
놀이터입니다.
opened up a
남들은 죽기
world
전에
for
딱
me.
한 번만 가봤으면 좋겠다고
People
하는
say they want to
타지마할.
go to
저
Taj
벌써 두 번
Mahal
다녀왔거든요.
once in their life, but I've already been
몽골의
there twice.
광활한 대지,
Or
터키의 블루
Mongolian
모스크,
land, Blue Mosque in Turkey,
태국의 아유타야.
or Thailand,
애터미가
Ayutthaya,
오픈한
and all these
모든
places,
나라를
all these
다녀보는
countries
것은 저의 버킷리스트
that
중에
Atomy
하나입니다.
has a center in. That is
요즘
my goal.
제가 최근에 백만갑을 통해
With
만난
Go 100,
카자흐스탄
I've
파트너
met a
부부와 함께
Kazakhstan partner,
애터미로 새로운
husband
꿈을
and wife,
만들어가고
and
있는데요.
I'm making my dreams
신장에는
with them.
중앙아시아 사람들이 많이 모여서
In
있었습니다.
Xinjiang, there's a lot of
파트너와
Central
저는
Asian people
그
there.
지역을
With my
백만갑 타겟
partner,
지역으로
that is my
지정을
target for Go
하고
100,
전단지를 들고
and we
무작정
went with the
나서봤는데요.
flyer.
처음에는 관심 없고
People weren't really
멀리하셨었는지
interested,
저희가 자주
but
가서
because
문을
we
열고
consistently
들어가니까
went in, they
반갑게
started to
인사도
greet us and they
나눠주시고
started to give out warm
따뜻한 차도
tea.
내어주시더라고요. 제가 요즘 같이 일하고
The
있는 이
partners I'm working with,
카자흐스탄
the partner
파트너분은
family,
고려인
they are
삼세입니다. 인생의
a
마지막 희망을
Koryo
갖고
person
부모님의
and
조국인
they have come to
한국으로
Korea
그렇게 찾아온
to
케이스였는데요.
continue their
러시아 식당에서
family's
셰프로
line.
일하고 있었습니다.
And they were working
이미
as a chef in a
카자흐스탄에서
Russian
이브닝 케어 세트를
restaurant.
전달받아
They
사용을
were able to
해봤더라고요.
use the evening care
그런데
set in
제대로
Kazakhstan,
된 사용 방법을
but they
전달받지 못했기
didn't
때문에
know how to use it
이브닝 케어를
properly,
제대로 사용을 못하고
so they weren't
있었습니다.
using it the right way.
다시 만난 한국에서
But in Korea, when we met
한국에서
again,
애터미를 다시 만났으니까 얼마나
and they met
반가웠겠어요.
Atomy again, they were so
그래서
happy
그
to see it.
파트너들에게 이브닝 케어를 사용하는
So
방법을 제대로 알려줬더니
I told them
너무
how to use
좋아하는
evening
거예요.
care and they were very
그런데
surprised.
갑자기 파트너가
But my
팔에
partner
무리가 와서
got
식당을
something in their
그만두게
arms and had to
됐습니다.
stop going to the
시스템 소득에
restaurant.
대한 간절함은
They were
있었지만
desperate about
제대로 된 회사를
systematic
만나지
income, but they didn't
못했던
meet the right
아쉬움에
company.
애터미에 대한 확신이 더
So that's why
컸었는데요.
they had more
저는
certainty about
파트너분과
Atomy.
시스템
I wanted
소득자가
them to
됐는데
be a systematic
적극적으로
incomer,
포함하겠다는
and
약속을
I
하고
promised that I was going to
파트너분들은
support
애터미로
them,
전업을
and they
선택했습니다.
chose to do Atomy full time.
나와 다른 언어를
People
쓰는
who speak different
사람들이
language than
애터미에
me love
열광하고
Atomy products
애터미로 꿈을
and dream
키우는
of
일은
Atomy,
굉장히
and it's a very
드라마틱한
dramatic
과정입니다.
experience.
그런데 얼마 전에 파트너가
But my
갑자기
partner
가슴에
recently
통증을 호소하는
told
거예요.
me that he has some
그래서
pain in his
병원으로
chest.
긴급하게 갔더니
So I went to the hospital,
긴급으로 심근경색
and
시술을
apparently
받았습니다.
he had to go through a
죽음의 고비를
surgery.
넘기는 순간에도 가장
And
걱정이
even
되는 게
when he was having that hard
병원비였습니다.
time,
파트너 부부가 아직
he
세일즈 마스터 수입이었기
was worried
때문에
about the money.
병원비를 감당할 수 있을까?
They
그런
were worried
걱정을
that they were
하고
not going to
있었는데
be able to
정말 때마침
pay for that.
스폰서님의
But
추천을
the
통해서
sponsors
애터미 사업자들을
told
위한
them
SOS
about the
긴급구호
SOS
자금을 받을 수가
sharing
있었습니다.
society, and they were able to receive that money for
감사합니다.
their myocardial
오늘 파트너
infarction.
부부도 같이 자리를
They're
했는데요.
sitting here with me today.
중환자실에서 나오면서 우리
They're now out of
파트너부부가
the
저한테 했던 말이
hospital,
있어요.
and they said,
우리는 이제 애터미로 새로운
we're going to
삶을
live a new
나누어
life with
가겠다.
Atomy. We have a new
애터미로
shared life with
반드시
Atomy,
성공하고
and then we're going to succeed with
애터미를
Atomy,
통해서 많은 사람들에게
and
나누고
we're going to
베푸는 삶을
share and give
살겠다고
back with
그렇게
Atomy.
서로 굳게 다짐을 했습니다. 제가 최근 몇 년간
Recently, for a
애터미를
few
하면서
years doing
다녔던
Atomy,
스케줄을 살펴봤어요.
I looked at my
애터미
schedule.
시작하면서 제가 그랬거든요. 추울 때는
When it's
조금
cold,
따뜻한 나라로
I want to go to a warmer
우리나라가 또
country.
더울 때는
When
조금
it's
더
hot in
시원한
Korea, I want to
나라로
go to a
가야겠다
colder country.
라고 하고 사업을 시작했는데
And that's how I
최근 몇
started
년 전에
my
스케줄을 보니까 추울 때는
schedule.
더 추운 몽골로
But I saw that
더울 때는
on cold days, I went to a colder country,
필리핀이나
and
인도로
on hot days, I went to a hotter country. In 2025, I'm gonna do a better job making my schedule, and I'm gonna be going to a better place according to the seasons. For 2025 first seminar, you're here using all your time. You have received information about Atomy, this very important company. Some people might think, oh my god, when is this ending? Some people, it might be a new opportunity. Warm up your cold hands. You can only do it with the warmth. But if you have fire inside your heart, that only works when you have the passion yourself. For 2025 Success Academy, we hope it starts a fire in your heart. Thank you. That was very passionate. That was 원수희 Sharon Rosemaster. Let's give her a big round of applause.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.